Okay, I'm starting what's day 10 of the TMB, but for me it's actually only the 8th day of walking. Beautiful view to start out with a lovely pink church and a snowy mountain in the background, and looks like everybody's getting an early start today because this is the second hardest day of the entire trail. I started the day walking 0.8 miles up this gently sloping road. I'm now to the tent campsite up above Trient, and right up there is where I'm headed for that mountain pass. It gets steep right here. The sun is not up yet where I'm standing. I've started up the steep climb, and I've got quite a ways to go, probably at least a couple hours. I think it's about 2.5 miles from here to the top, probably virtually all of it ascending at 1,000 feet per mile. It's 9 o'clock. I just popped around the corner where we could see into the distance. Looks like there's a mountain hut right up there on the top of that. Could be either the top or close to it. Looks like it's about a mile away, and a nice steep trail to get to it. Okay, it's 10 o'clock. We just got to the Col du Mont, and for the first time we've got a really good unclouded view of the top of Mont Blanc. And this mountain over here, I don't know what that is, but it's a pretty darn good view too. Down in the valley we have all the little towns strung out with Chamonix down there. And off to the right, that's probably where I'm headed, and gonna climb some of those peaks there tomorrow before dropping into Chamonix to end the trip. Okay, I've left the refuge at the Col du Mont and headed down, actually more straight across, and the views up here are, I think, the best of the entire trip. These two peaks here, that peak there in the middle is just barely covered on top with a tiny strip of cloud. That's Mont Blanc. Chamonix down in the bottom, and I'm headed over this direction, and over there more snow-covered peaks. Okay, I've spent about the last hour descending from that hut in the pass right there. Probably so small you can't even see it in this video, but I've descended and now I'm starting to come back up again. I'm a little more directly opposite the north end of these mountains now, and the views are simply spectacular. There's Mont Blanc in the middle. It isn't covered in cloud right now, but there's a cloud directly behind it, and the snow is the same color as the cloud, so I don't know whether you can even make out the distinction between the snow and the cloud in this video. But the peak is clear right now with a cloud off to the south. Okay, here we can see a glacier that has retreated far up the mountain, and that's the north end of the Mont Blanc Massif. And then I don't know what these spiky ones here are. Then you have the needles to the left of Mont Blanc. Mont Blanc is in the center, and that cloud that was hanging on the top of it has finally moved a little bit out of the way, so that the peak of Mont Blanc is kind of outlined in blue. Maybe you can see that on the video. And down in the bottom of the valley is Chamonix, where I'll be headed tomorrow. According to my GPS, I have managed to get off the official trail and onto a lower trail. But the beauty of this trail is unparalleled, so I'm not regretting it. It just kept me from climbing up another hill. And I think the official trail is a couple hundred yards over that way. There's Mont Blanc in the middle. That cloud on the top just keeps hanging in there. Occasionally clears out a little bit. Right now I think it's barely covering the top. It's noon now. I just passed a sign right there that says it's 1 hour to the town that our hotel is in tonight. Views remain spectacular. There's the disappearing glacier over here, the mountain whose name I don't know, and in the middle Mont Blanc, currently covered in a thin layer of cloud, and I'm headed this way down the trail. Okay, I'm back on the trail again. Accidentally took the low route. There's the sign. It says that this is the official trail up here. Goes up over that mountain, which I'm okay with skipping that at this point. And onward and downward. Okay, it's 1 o'clock. Made it to Auberge Le Borgne, and we're standing in line here waiting for a table to have a cold beer, which I sincerely deserve. And Saicom is just happy not to have killed her knees on that hill.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, we got to our hotel room today. Had lunch. Was delicious at the Auberge La Bourne.
Yeah, there are people coming a little late. I think they closed lunch.
And you can see the mountains in the background. Saicom's out here taking her shoes off and switching to her slippers. And this is our hotel room. It looks a lot like a two-person tent, and that's because it is. And so we're gonna get settled in.